This place had like no 5-weight 30. Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. Today is going to be such a good day. We're working on not only one, but two stinky old Hondas. And I could not be more excited because I have an old friend from college. His name's Justin. You guys might have seen him in some of the older GTA content, but he's going to come and help out. And we used to wrench on this car all the time. We used to wrench on the RSX. He had a Subaru Impreza, still has it actually. And both cars are kind of undergoing transformations, so it's going to be really cool to see him and wrench on this car with him once again. But first, I told you guys I would update you on the TSX. So the biggest problem is actually the other ball joint. We had the same problem we had with the control arm, where honestly the side that we did was so bad I didn't notice that the other side was also bad, but once we get the new part in the bad side, the other side starts feeling it, and so we're gonna do the other ball joint. Now the reason why I'm not doing the ball joint today is because the shop isn't open on Saturdays or Sundays, so I wouldn't have my car for a few days if I were to pull the knuckle out, so we're gonna do that during the week. Instead, what we're gonna do is start with our oil change, because if you guys remember from the last vlog, this car is leaking oil, and we found that it was leaking from the oil filter, so we're gonna jack this thing up, and then to do the oil change, you do take this wheel off here on the passenger side, so it is a little warm. We're gonna jack it up, put it on stands, let it cool down, and get to work. This tire's getting whacked because of the ball joint. All right, guys, car's up on some jack stands. We're gonna let it cool down. Now, I do have one mod, I guess, new license plate. I don't know if it's a mod or not. Just something we can take care of while the car is cooling down. As you can see, we're still running the one from the Civic here. It's pretty beat. And we actually picked up a buddy last night. We were ripping around with Hoppy a little bit, and we got ourselves a nice little friend here that we're gonna need to remove too. But we got a new one of these. I'm gonna pop this out and see if I can do something about this bolt, because it is stripped. I have a ton of like thread sealer or something on there. I don't even know what it is. Just trying to keep that on there. But yeah, we're gonna swap this out for the new one too. Alright guys, new plate is installed. It's looking so much better. This car is still really warm, so I think what we're gonna do is one more kind of just visual thing I've been looking to take care of. I don't think this is a stock decal here on the side of the car. Let me know if you guys, any of you Honda guys out there, know if this ever came as a factory decal, but oh man do I hate it. So I think what we're gonna do is clean this off. It might leave a little bit of fade on the paint, but honestly I can't stand the decal, so we're gonna take it off and hopefully it doesn't look too bad under there. Let's see. Alright guys, so our decal is gone. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is just a little bit of paint fade. But all in all, it looks way cleaner like this. Much happy with how that looks. I think you're only going to be able to see it when the sun hits it a certain way, so. I've said it before, but this car would be a great candidate for a full wrap job anyway, so I think that's going to end up being the case. This is just to hold us over for now. Alright guys, so here's our old filter out of the car, and there's actually a couple problems with this. I think this is an old filter that the shop I bought the car from reused when they did the oil change, and I have a few reasons for suspecting that. First is this sticker was all chewed up before we even got to this. So I'm assuming they took this off, put fresh oil in, and then put this filter back on the car. This was also not from us, so it looks like they had a filter wrench on there, and this was actually crushed inside the car. So I don't think this was a proper install, and it was also so over tight that I had to do the whole screwdriver through the middle of it trick just to get it out. So in addition to it being over tightened and I think pretty clearly reused, we also have some kind of chipped paint around the edge, which might indicate that the gasket wasn't sealing quite right. I don't think you're supposed to reuse oil filters like ever, because the gasket gets squished, and then if you reuse it, you're just putting a squished gasket on there and it's not going to keep the oil from leaking out. So I'm really hopeful that this is our oil leak and it's nothing too serious. And I didn't find another gasket up in here. I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, check for that. Try and get it on film. So there it is, way up in there. I do not see another gasket on there. So let's throw the new filter on, the new oil in, and see if this thing's still leaking. Alright guys, new oil is in, new filter is in, the drain plug is snug, and the oil cap is tight. So we are ready to give this thing a start, and actually I need my keys to do that, but hopefully it's not leaking anymore. Let's see. Big one with no oil in there. So Uncle Tim did explain that noise to me, but I kind of forget what he said it was. It's something in the engine that's supposed to retain a certain amount of oil, but when it goes bad, the oil drains out of it, so it's kind of dry when it starts, and the fact that we just did an oil change probably meant that it was super dry, and that's why it went for like ever. Just need a little bit of that new oil in there. So let's go check out that filter area and see if it's leaking. I'm scared, honestly, but we'll see. All right, guys, we're at idle right now. So far, so good. Nice and dry up there. Up next, we are gonna rev the car to about 2,500, 3 grand. Just to simulate some road driving because when we did this last time, it didn't leak until it was revved up a little bit. It didn't do it at idle. So we're gonna give it a little rev and see if it stays dry. If it does, I'm gonna be so happy. Let's go. Come on, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Yeah, boys, we're dry up there. Let's fucking go. No more leaky TSX. Let's go. Oh, Type R literally just drove by. That's sick. All right, guys, the TSX has been running for a little bit. No leaks, dry as a bone under there. I'm super stoked. You guys know what time it is. It's time for a magic trick. There we are, guys, all done. Our oil leak is fixed. Time to button this thing up. Justin's on his way, so we're gonna be able to do some RSX things as well today. But the TSX is all done. Super stoked. Now, I do want to show you guys one of my favorite garage mods because I'm sure there's really no way of telling on camera exactly how hot it is outside, but it is super hot and super sweaty out here. So this is one of my favorite things at the front of the garage is this AC here. We're just gonna let this cool down a little bit, close this door, and let this garage cool down because we're gonna be working in here and I'm super stoked. Well, I meant to introduce Justin in like a clip, but we're just talking about the good old days. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember Justin if you watched the old, like you go all the way down to the bottom of the channel, which you guys totally shouldn't watch all the videos. It helps out a ton. Justin was in the old like Forza videos, some of the old GTA videos as well.
The OG videos.
He helped me build that Eclipse that like kind of got things going on GTA. So we were both design majors actually. So like a lot of you guys know I like to do graphic design and all that stuff still. I worked as a graphic designer. Well, that's how I met Justin, was in school for that. And so we both have done other things, built cars, driven cars, crashed cars, done, you know, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, just two design kids hanging out. So right now I have the whole mess of things. There's so many things. And so we're honestly we're gonna hang out and chip away at it and try and get it somewhat stripped so that it's close to ready for paint, I guess. I'm sure we'll have some silliness for you guys. Let's get to work. You know what I had to do today on the TSX?
What?
Boys, hold on, this is a wicked funny story. If you guys don't know, I'm not like in frame. So if you guys don't know the trick of when your oil filter is stuck, do you know the
screwdriver through?
Yes. I never knew that. Justin's the guy that taught me how to stick a screwdriver through a stuck oil filter, and he was literally the first time I ever did that was on this engine in this car. The second time I ever had to do it was this morning before I saw Justin again today. So it's something about him and stuck oil filters is his thing. But honestly, man,
just stuck shit in general.
That stuck oil filter was such good news because it was the problem. So oh, the TSX was leaking oil wicked bad.
Oh, and it was leaking because of the filter.
Yeah, whoever did it before just put an old filter on. So it looks like we've done absolutely nothing, but don't let that deceive you. We did pretty much nothing. We've had a good time. We've done a lot of talking. We got pretty much this whole corner undone, which is really nice. We got the ABS module out, all of our clips disconnected, which is really good. So we're gonna do the same thing over here next time, and then we'll work on the firewall, and this thing will be ready to spray. No, honestly, we've had a great time today, guys. It's been a lot of talking, a lot of catching up, and I don't know, just wrenching and shooting the sharks. We got the TSX leak fixed, which is a huge win for today. So this was really just about hanging out with Justin, catching up, and having a good time. So I'm sure we're gonna have Justin in a lot more videos. He actually has a really cool Impreza that I think he should definitely tell us about.
Yeah, it's in a pretty similar state as your car, which is pretty funny, actually. Basically, it looks almost identical, except my engine bay has a little bit more ripped out of it, but maybe we can show that in another video too. Hopefully.
For sure. For sure, yeah. So Justin and I, we used to hang out all the time in college, and like I'm saying, like we would do car stuff, but we would also hang out in class. We would beat each other up with lightsabers in the parking garage.
That was a thing too.
So we're really good friends, and I love working on cars with him. Honestly, Justin taught me a lot. His dad's a race car driver. He has a Porsche. Actually, you should send me a picture to put on screen for these guys. They would love that. Yeah.
Show that out.
What is it? Is it a?
It's a 1975 Porsche 914 6-cylinder.
So we'll check that out for you guys one of these days for sure. We'll take you and see the race car, and then we'll definitely check out are you definitely rear wheel drive converting it?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, that's sick.
So,
that's sick.
Yeah.
And a wide body as well.
And 22B rep wide body, and probably a turbo build, stripped interior.
So basically cooler than this thing. So if you guys are into the vlogs and you think my car is not cool enough, we're gonna be building Justin's as well.
A cooler car.
Yeah, pretty much. All in all, I'm super grateful for Justin's help, even more grateful for his company today. Honestly, when's the last time I saw you? Was it 2 years ago, something like that?
It was pre-pandemic, definitely.
Yeah, way too long. So it's been good more than anything just to catch up and hang out a little bit. I'm really glad he got to be in a vlog because, like I said, he's been on the channel before in the gaming content, but to have him here in a vlog is really cool, and I think there's going to be a lot more to come. So guys, I don't know if this is going to be the end of the video or not. If it is, thank you so much for making it this far. I genuinely appreciate it. If you did enjoy the video or found it useful at all, feel free to leave a like down below, subscribe for more just like it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.